වටේ එක එක මේක නියම e-sport hit එක හැප්පිලා බලමු කවුරුද champion SLT e-sport champion පාදක කතරම් ආවත් එකින් එක ජය ගන්නවා නියතයි challenge එක මොලෙන් aim සරසේ game එක කාටත් නොදෙවනි SLT name එක ප්‍රතිවාදීන් සමගත් කරද කර මනස පුබුදු කර එකට තරඟ කර දස්කම් දැන් රැව්දේ රටෝටේ SLT e-sports හදවතේ Mindful of glory, all set. High speed connectivity at its best. East or west, SLT is the best. If gaming is a passion, you know the rest.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third place match here, the SLT Esports Lobby Championship game between Noob Alliance Tempest and Noob Alliance Bedtime Samurais. So far, taking a look at the draft, we have pretty much a standard picks here. Versus Void being picked up to counter the Anti-Mage and Viper just because Cancer, and that's pretty much okay in most of the lanes that he plays up against. So Bedtime Samurai has gone for a very unique type of a draft in this game, Vengeful Spirit. After those nerfs haven't been seen too much, but still is a pretty decent hero. Probably will be laning with this Legion Commander and offlaner that you haven't seen in quite a long time, given the meta and how it works. But it can work in certain situations, but so far the Winter Wyvern is already picked out, so that kind of already counters the Legion's duel, as well as you have the Winter's Curse also if you want to use it, but that Cold Embrace is going to be quite a big problem for the Legion Commander, so we'll probably see Winter Wyvern getting dueled up quite a bit, but then they still have the Nyx Assassin and the Raid King, so team fights are going to be pretty interesting to see how it goes. Laning stage looks difficult to say at the moment because there is a lot of new potential on the Legion Commander, but the thing is the Faceless Void can always time walk it off. They do pick the Outworld Devourer in the end into the Nyx Assassin, so we'll have to wait and see how things will work out. This scenario, obviously Nyx being one of the bigger counters for the OD, with that Spike Carapace as well as the Mana Burn. So he will definitely take a decent amount of damage just because of the fact that you do have that Essence Shift on OD that basically keeps you almost always at full mana unless you're extremely unlucky like me. So that will basically make Mana Burn on Nyx do more damage. So far they do have a decent mix of aggressive and defensive. So I'll run through the introductions once we do get into game. Lovely items showcased here as well. Commander set looks really badass. Really nice. Vengeful has a decent set as well. Jakiro with the only 2 items that is available for him. Anti-Mage with the Golden Bashers. Body with new Immortal for Sanities. Alright, so let's get into game. Alright, so let's give you a quick introduction. So on the side of Bedtime Samurais, we have Supun Rocks playing the Vengeful Spirit. We have sorry, we have Intrect on his Legion Commander. We have Panda playing Outworld Devourer, Vegeta playing Anti-Mage, and Seeker on his signature Jakiro. I wonder who else plays a signature. Anyway, on the side of Tempest, we have Zekrom playing the Red King. We have Emissary playing the Nyx Assassin. We have Hope on this Viper. Nubwo playing the Faceless Void. And Mikey playing that Winter Wyvern. Looks like there was a little bit of a pause, but looks like we're ready to go. Mid lane matchup is going to be pretty interesting. Usually we will see come out on top, but let's wait and see how the initial 2 to 3 waves goes, and whoever gets the better of the denies and last hits obviously wants to get a few levels in his Arcane Orb as well as Essence Shift. Interesting, we'll have to wait and see what kind of build he goes for, whether it's going to the max Astral or the max first third with 1 level of Astral. Very difficult to say. A lot of tips being exchanged here and there.
30 seconds to battle.
Can I zoom out? Hold on. Sorry, okay. So getting back into game, we'll wait and see how the lanes turn out. Looks like already bot lane, so Legion Commander and Vengeful Spirit making movements here, putting a lot of pressure onto the Void. But in fact, going to take a decent amount of damage for that. Vengeful Spirit moving forward pretty aggressively, trying to secure this bounty rune. Time Walk coming in from the Faceless Void here. But looks like both of them are just going to get away. Anyway, it's going to be... if it's going... I can't tell. Okay, it's 3 for 1. The Great King was the only one who managed to get one of the rooms. Did manage the other one. And as you can see, already using that beautiful taunt with the beautiful music. So it's going to be an anti-mage against Red King lane. Anti-mage obviously being pick against the Red King in general. Jakiro is also really good at harassing, and this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Level 1 dual breath is the way to go, not liquid fire. Thank you. So anyway, taking a look at the mid lane already, OD hitting level 2. Viper hasn't really gotten there yet. Let's take last hits. 1 for 1 basically. Viper hasn't really gotten his first last hit. He's going to hit level 2. Bot lane seems to be shed at the moment. They do have 2 range creeps on the side of the Radiant. So push towards the side, but if they kill the creeps, of course, story. And nice aggro is coming out from Boy, gonna miss out that. So far, kill potential wise, it's very difficult. Red King and Nyx do have double stun, so out of position. Has really good potential to harass as well, so already hitting that liquid fire. Probably will see levels coming out in mid lane. Looks like there is going to be a little bit of tussle. OD actually getting the better of him, hitting level 3, has 2 levels in that Essence Shift. Viper taking a lot of damage, going to have to use his Fairy Fire as well. One more right click, will he be able to get it? No, he's going to take one more tower hit here. Both of them are pretty low, but that's a lot of 8 intelligence at the start of the game going the way of the OD. It's going to help him quite a bit, so like they're just going to retreat for the moment. Void gonna time back for this last hit, gets it as well. Quelling Blade obviously 61 base damage as well. But looks like the bot lane is going pretty well for Supun Rocks and Vengeful, and the Legion Commander here. Legion Commander gonna do a decent amount of damage while this Time Walk is off cooldown. Top lane seems like Red King is happy enough to get as much ES as he can, having the creep wave under his tower. It's hard to say so far, everything seems to be equal, but the difference will come in pretty...
Your magic ends
so level
here.
3 and 3 in the mid lane now. Viper only 4 last hits at the moment compared to OD on his 9. So once again, bot lane we see a stun coming out onto the Winter Wyvern here, using that Arctic Burn on the Vengeful. Take 1 tower hit as well, but going to lose a lot of health on the Wyvern here. Wyvern opting to go for that level in Cold Embrace. Another stun coming out onto the Wyvern here, going to use that Cold Embrace. The courier is coming in as well. 1 right click going to fly through the Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit going to use the Mango, has a stun in 2 seconds. Will he be able to catch the Winter Wyvern here? No, he is not, and he's going to have to salve through. Okay, it's going to be the Winter Wyvern who's going to salve here. But in the meantime, Legion Commander safely securing that CS, and Void is going to pop his salve as well. Immediately cancelled by the Legion Commander. They have to be careful with those long range kills. Nice deny coming out from the O. Yeah. Taking a quick look at the CS chart, looks like the anti-mage and the Legion Commander have a pretty good time. Sun comes out onto the anti-mage by the Red King. They are happily going to right-click, but he's going to lose most of his mana. He does have a mango available if he wants to use it. But anti-mage comfortably does have a decent amount of regen left in the bank. So far, mid lane seems to be equal in terms of levels, but CS-wise, it looks like at the moment, Viper seems to be catching up, putting the pressure onto the OD. OD does hit by here. Bot lane looks like there might be a movement. Arctic Burn coming out onto the bench here, but looks like they're going to nicely back off. They're going to get one more Arctic Burn proc, and that will be about it. So for both lanes, just happy to farm, and looks like Viper actually gets the first blood onto the OD. Sorry that I missed that, but looks like a rotation coming in from the Nyx Assassin with a double damage rune is going to help him secure that lane. Secure that kill. Will definitely give Viper a decent amount of space to catch up on turn. Yes, but OD is going to come back to a decent amount of creeps, and now in the bot lane, Legion Commander is low, has used that press the attack as well. But still, I think key factors, it'll be very difficult to say. Void does need to have a good game just because he needs to be able to shut down the anti-mages. Usually like Mask of Madness into Shadow Blade, and that usually gives solo kill anti-mage even if he has Battle Fury Manta, but it depends. But end of the day, late game, if depends on who gets the initiation. I think if anti-mage does manage to get the jump on the Void, he can still burn most of his mana and bring him down with that Manta Abyssal additional anti-mage. Anyway, looking at the bot lane, looks like faces Void currently have too much regen, a lot of regen being picked out, and already we can see the Legion Commander has picked up his power treads, so it's something that you don't do too often, but it is picked up depending on the game. But OD seems to have regained control of the mid lane once again, going to be happily denying away here.
May.
Last hits mid lane, top lane, and slowly try to burn away this red mana. Make sure you much under the tower here, but Red King is doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. Once again, mid lane looks like going to put the pressure onto Viper, who is not level 6 yet, going to start fighting the OD here. Here comes the Sanity is eclipsed, one more hit and the Viper is going to go down. The stun is not going to connect from the side of the Nyx Assassin, and somewhere on the, looks like in the bot lane, the Winter Wyvern actually goes down extremely slowly into the ground as he dispersed. Nice stun coming out from the bench. One more right click, the overwhelming odds is there, and that's going to be the Faceless Void going down as well. He had the time walk available but decided not to use it. So the bot lane seems to be secured pretty well for Bedtime Samurais. OD having to back off a little bit. Fact that he did take a decent amount of damage from the mana burn, and obviously the Viper did not have Viper Strike, so managing to dodge the stun also from Nyx Assassin, that would have probably put him, but he's going to make it out of that, and he's going to give him the advantage. Like I said, it depends on how first few waves goes. Has secured. So taking at net worth, as you can see, all three goes on the side of Bedtime Samurais here, lead touch, but still that does not control anything. 14 Inter currently on the attack, being used to heal up a little bit. Gonna proc Moment of Courage as well on the lead commander. Red King has managed to surviving this dude. The Jakiro as well as the anti-mage, but anti-mage farming really well at the moment. At about 40. Well, bot lane they seem to have put a decent pressure on the Legion Commander here. So have a little bit more things that he can work with here. Gonna regen of courage as well. Cold Embrace is going to be on the Void for him to kind of heal up in this lane. Get a few more side as well are coming out. Getting a bit aggressive onto the Wyvern here, but he's going to back off immediately.
It shall not be.
Have anything to do with anti-mage?
The magic ends here.
Doesn't trying to right click but I think by now he would have probably figured out what it was. Just figure out it's an elite flip. Mid lane once again, OD putting a lot
Dyer's
of pressure
middle tower
on this
is under
Viper.
attack.
Viper losing a lot of health there. Probably will have to back away. Once again, Active Burn coming out onto the Legion Commander here. Maybe Void should have decided to fight that. They have time walk available. Could have right-clicked the Legion Commander for a bit. Maybe just overextending a little bit there. But looks like he'll be able to recover pretty well. He's not level 6 yet, so the here is not available. Kind of movement here looks like Intrek is going to make an aggressive movement here. In comes the Nyx Assassin, nice stun coming out from the Vengeful Spirit to ensure that he does not get the stun off onto the Legion Commander. He's going to use that, press the attack, and he's going to survive that little skirmish there. Not exactly sure why he was standing in one spot, probably had a slight issue there. But mid lane is obviously now being dominated by the OD once again. Have those anti-mage happily pre-farming in this top lane. Definitely what you want to see like this, and definitely working out for him. Red King want to push too far ahead, knowing that he can go down here. Looks like they're making a go onto Intrek here. Intrek going to get bashed up. Will he go down? Active Burn is still on him. One more right click and it's going to be enough. But in the meantime, looks like our Vengeful Spirit has managed to take one rune, and looks like all 4 runes going to go the way of Bedtime Samurais. Pick up the 2 top runes as well, so that's a amount of gold their way. Anti-mage currently going to have to push it a little bit. But he'll push it slightly towards the side of the Red King. Red King might be in trouble here. Dual Breath comes out. Here comes the Ice Path. Not going to connect onto the Red King here. The Blink is available. Here comes this TP in from the Nyx Assassin, but he is going to stun the anti-mage and stop his advances. A lot of rotations coming in from this Nyx Assassin. We just saw him go in bot lane and now back to top lane once again. Just trying to be at the right place at the right time. Put a decent amount of pressure. But right now, like Commander with that death has fallen behind in faces Void, going to start right clicking. Here comes the Arctic Burn, going to bash up the Legion Commander here. Will he go in for the duel here? No, he does not. Chrono comes out. Will it be enough to bring down Legion Commander? Yes, it is. Cold Embrace comes out from our Winter Wyvern here. We might actually see another kill onto the Vengeful Spirit, but he is going to walk it off with no issue whatsoever. Value point in, 2 points in Cold Embrace, really helping him out. Viper has picked up a double damage rune and now currently trying to put a decent amount of pressure onto the OD, but even with the double damage rune, he doesn't seem to be doing too much damage. OD making sure he's out of that nether toxin, so passive does not break and he keeps getting mana back. Bot lane, the lane that seemed to be going well for Time Samurai suddenly kind of 360'd, and now Faces Void and Winter Wyvern are enjoying a good time in this bot lane. Void having caught up, managing to get about 4 CS here. Really aggressive movements coming out from the Legion Commander. Once again, Arctic Burn is being used. Already at
Dyer's
half HP
middle
on
tower is under
the Commander, getting bashed up pretty heavily here. Nice Winter's Curse coming out from the Winter Wyvern there. That's going to be the Vengeful Spirit going to go down. And probably one more right click should be enough to bring down our Legion Commander here. Will he be able to live and juke his way out here? Looks like they will see him here. I think there should be another time walk available if he wants to go for it. But really good movement coming out from the Legion Commander. He's going to keep him alive. That should cure his retreat. Decent, really good Winter's Curse coming out there onto the Vengeful Spirit to get that kill. Now this bot lane seems to be a pretty dangerous zone for the Legion Commander as well as the Vengeful Spirit. But the important thing is that the Banty Mage is doing really well. He has picked up that Ring of Regen along with his Aquila as well as Power Treads. So, but the important thing for the Red King is he has picked up Reincarnate, but obviously against an anti-mage that is going to make things pretty difficult because of the fact that he burns your mana, and if you don't have mana you can't reincarnate yourself. Viper just catching up once again in this lane. Doesn't seem to know where
Radiant's top
our
tower is under
outworld
attack.
Devourer is, so he's gonna... Is it? to be playing it a bit safe, trying to push in the tower to force the back. And here he comes. Looks like both of them are going to fight. Here comes the Sanity's Eclipse, but the attack speed slow coming out from the Viper's passive corrosive skin, as well as the poison attack is going to force OD into a defensive astral, and he's going to salve up on the Viper. Going to gain him a decent amount of XP. I mean, gain him a decent amount of what you would say experience. But looks like bot lane, they actually make a movement here. The Chrono also being committed. Now Jakiro trying to get the kill onto the Winter Wyvern. He's going to successfully get it, but the bashes come out. 2 bashes in a row coming out from Faceless Void here, and the next assassin stun to follow it up. Gives the Faceless Void a lot of gold. They're bringing down 3 heroes, including the Legion and the Jakiro, so things aren't working out for them in this bot lane, and looks like Viper is in a little bit of trouble. Double damage rune onto the OD there, and with that, with 24 intel stolen, and looks like they're going to go on to the next assassin. One more right click should be enough. Carapace was not available. It was actually, but does not look like he was able to use it in time. Was not expecting that much damage to come out from an OD who has managed to steal 32 intelligence and has a double damage rune on top of it. Please be careful when you're approaching this man. The Red King going to use his stun to stun up the anti-mage. Fortifications coming out from the Radiant team. Once again, things seem to quieten down a little bit. 7-7, 14 kills in 14 minutes in total. So that's pretty good for both teams, but kills only show you one story. Obviously 2 hits coming out from the OD here. OD is probably going to be able to bring down the Viper. Viper is taking a lot of damage, and OD ran out of intelligence there. Did not have enough for Astral Imprisonment, just underestimating the damage, the heal coming out from Cold Embrace there, and he is going to go down. And then another mega kill onto the Legion Commander here with Mask of Madness on the Faceless Void. Did not expect that, probably got permabash and did not win that fight. So things seem to have taken a turn for the worse. So all hopes will be on the anti-mage for now to kind of recover. I mean, bring his team together in that late game stages. They don't really have that much to deal with him. I mean, every time they have Chrono, they can probably bring him down. But that means the Faceless Void basically has to play the game following the anti-mage around and farming in between, trying to get objectives with all of that, making sure that they don't go too much of a late game. But double Chrono, obviously, something to be very, very careful about. Now Void at level 11 compared to the Legion Commander who's level 8 and getting bashed up like crazy by Chrono with the Winter's Curse, and it's not going to do a decent amount of damage onto the Legion Commander, and because of that he is going to live. But Legion Commander deciding to stand and fight. Nice swap to save the Legion Commander there from the Vengeful Spirit there. Will they be able to bring down the Faceless Void? Faceless Void is going to time walk off Dual Breath as well as the Sun is going to connect onto the Winter Wyvern here. Time dilation coming out. Looks like he gets a lucky bash onto the Vengeful Spirit here. Vengeful Spirit going to go down and going to start right clicking the Master Madness and start right clicking the Legion Commander. Legion Commander goes down as well, but in comes the OD, and he's gonna wipe both the Faceless Void as well as the Winter Wyvern. We'll them off with the Sanity's Eclipse, and looks like they want to try and make a movement onto the next assassin, but OD does not want partake in that bloodshed. But Viper in the meantime has managed to take down this T1 tower with that rotation that the OD made to the bot lane. He has managed to pick up power trades as well as an Aquila. Like he has 2 Band of Elven skins. Like he wants to go in for that Dragon Lance. Legion Commander seemed to have a good start, but now struggling a little bit. The Faceless Void putting a lot of pressure once he has picked up that Mask of Madness, but he's doing really well for himself. Already hit level 12. Has a Javelin as well. That is going to be a really positive him. So far, the way the game is going, it seems like the momentum is with Tempest.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was not meant.
Legion Commander just trying his best to put out the lanes. Viper there as well. Whatever he can at the moment. Try to get all the last hits. A lot of procs there. A lot of procs there with Moment of Courage. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, once again, rotation coming out from the OD is going to help them out, but looks like he does have a haste rune, so he's going to chase down this Faceless Void. The next assassin going to try for the stun. He's going to connect there. Does a lot of damage with that mana burn. And now the chrono, the swap also coming out, but the range is too short, and the OD is actually going to go down to the Faceless Void here. They're going to try and make a movement onto the Vengeful Spirit, but once again, Jakiro coming in this time. The Master Madness was activated, but he's going to get the time walk off. He's still in the Macropire. Burning down is the Faceless Void. Will he actually go down? No, he won't. Viper Strike being used on the Jakiro. A lot of damage coming out from the Viper as well. Probably going to be able to easily control this Legion Commander, but the damage is not enough, and the Ice Path prevents them from... Oh, nice stun connecting from both the Wraith King as well as the Next Assassin. They're going to go, and the thick damage from the Wraith King is going to be enough, but here comes the Anti-Mage as well, and Next Assassin is going to fall, and that's another kill going the way of the... another kill. The kill going the way of the Anti-Mage, and he seems to have completed his Battle Fury, already picked up the Blade of Alacrity 90 minutes into the game, so he's doing pretty well for himself, all things considered in this meta, where you basically put a lot of pressure during the early game. He has managed to find his farm and will start to put a lot of pressure into these lanes as well, and start replacing his team and start creating space for his team this time to just kind of poke and prod, get those pickoffs, and just kind of split up the side of Tempest, maybe. Just an idea, but wait and see. As you can see how effective the Nyx Assassin is against the Outworld Devourer, that mana burn doing a lot of damage to him. Fountain Rune spawning, looks like it's going to be a 2-for trade here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tower at the moment for the Dire team is being pushed in. There to kind of push out. Viper has picked up his Dragon Lance and he's going to start pushing in. Then once again, OD is there to intercept, though he has finished up his Hurricane Pike, so he farmed on that. Has a way to disengage against the Void if he does manage to jump in, but the Chrono obviously going to be a very difficult thing to deal with, because do you want to really commit a Chrono onto OD and let the AM do whatever he wants, or do you want to focus your Chronosphere on the AM instead, and then just let maybe your Nyx Assassin deal with the Outworld Devourer. Swap coming in onto the Viper here. Right click's coming in from the should be pretty much easy kill for the OD. Yes, he does. He's managed bring down the Viper there with that intent already stored side of the Assassin, showing himself there trying to save the Viper, but not gonna be enough. Like there was a bit of pressure being put down in the bot lane, and instant bash coming out from the Void there, but nice Winter's Curse to make sure that the Void does not go down. 3-man Chrono into Ice Path. Will the Macropire be used? No, Vengeful Spirit goes down. Macropire is used. The Void for a Vengeful Spirit is definitely a trade that they want to get. The duel obviously was not won because of the fact that the Winter Wyvern, but looks like OD with that press the attack is going to be easily able to bring down the Wyvern. And meanwhile, we haven't seen too much out of the Wraith King. Wraith King is sitting in this top lane, has picked up his Blink Dagger as well, has picked up a Chainmail, so we'll have to wait and see whether that into Dalt or a Blade Mail, I
Radiant's
believe.
bottom tower
Be anything else, I'm not
attack.
sure. There are a few more items you can make. 10 mil, maybe a buckler or something like that, but I don't know.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Like Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. OD and Legion Commander already going to work.
Radiant's bottom
Legion
tower
Commander is
has
going to have a
fallen.
pretty difficult time getting damage that he needs, but looks like everyone is going to team out. Viper doing a good job of keeping, always pushing. Looks like Bedtime Samurais have their eyes on this T1 tower here in the top lane. Said they're going to go for a duel onto the Winter Wyvern here. Nice stun onto 2 coming out from the Nyx Assassin. They're going to be enough to prevent the duel victory. Mana Void going to be there, and 3 already going down on the side of Tempest here. But looks like OD is going to take a decent amount of damage, but he's going to be able to walk out of it. He still has Astral as well, so that's going to be a 4-for-1 exchange. Anti-Mage with a double kill with that Manta style already being picked up. 23 minutes. It looks like Bedtime Samurais have finally found their groove. Just taking a good fight there with 5 of the heroes. I do not think Chronosphere was available in that fight, so definitely not a good idea to take it. Obviously, you need to start the fights on your own terms, and not being able to really kind of puts a lot of pressure on the Radiant team to kind of react to whatever the Dire team is doing, and that's exactly what happened. Managed to get the jump onto the Winter Wyvern with the Legion Commander, and there was really no way to stop the duel. I mean, they did manage to bring down the Winter Wyvern before he used his Winter's Curse or the Cold Embrace. Only good thing coming out for them is the Nyx Assassin managed to connect a 2-man stun, preventing any duel damage being given towards the Legion Commander.
Under attack.
Now looks like Bedtime Samurais have set their eyes onto this one tower. Viper is there. Viper is there to kind of defend the lane in a way, and the solo skeleton is going to come from the Wraith King. Double damage anti-mage going to try and just chip out this T1 tower. Will they go for the deny?
No.
Like they don't. The blink in and stun coming out onto the OD here. OD going to get swapped out by the Vengeful Spirit. Really good play. Chrono coming out onto the Jakiro as well as the OD. OD is 100% going to go down. But the anti-mage is going to get stunned up by the Carapace, it seems. And he's going to fight up against the Void, and he's going to bring him down as well. Mana Void with that double damage is going to do so much. But it's a 4-for-2 exchange here. Even the Legion Commander going down in the back lines to the rest of the heroes on the side of Tempest. And that is definitely a favorable engagement. And that's the difference between having basically between having Chronosphere and not having Chronosphere in a fight. Managing to bring down that OD even with the swap, catching the Jakiro as well. So they still haven't been able to do anything about the anti-mage, but if the Void can catch him out, probably will be able to. But as you can see, once that Master Madness is turned on, it's going to be extremely difficult for him to fight the anti-mage with those Mantis style illusions. As you can see already, he has moved around and he's already starting to pressure these lanes like an anti-mage should. It seems to be working out for Bedtime Samurais really well, giving his more space because it'll force someone from Tempest to TP in and kind of deal with it. And here comes the Wraith King. I don't think he has managed to get his Reincarnate off in most of these fights. Might want to invest in something like a Mango or a Soul Ring, something that will give him mana as he dies. Even a 1 I think should be okay. Just to be able to pop that Reincarnate, because it's so important to have that extra life during fights as well. And now that he has level 2, about 120 seconds I believe, is
Regeneration.
like OD has picked up his Blink Dagger, has picked up the Hurricane Pike as well. Legion has picked up his Blade Mail as well as the Blink Dagger. They've recovered pretty well, and they're doing what they're supposed to be. Looks like they're going to run into the Viper here, going to get the stun off. Viper is invisible, but they do have dust ready, so that is going to be the Viper going to go down. They did manage to get... Oh, okay, so the duel was on cooldown, so they didn't manage to get any duel damage off of that. Feels bad for the Legion Commander, but more objectives for the side of Bedtime Samurais, and looks like... trying to deal with the split push coming in from the anti-mage is making it very difficult for them, as most anti-mages do, and we can see Commander already cutting in this lane, and looks like there might be a Chrono being used here onto the anti-mage. Anti-mage should go down here for the first time, should be enough, and there comes the mana burn, and Faceless Void does manage to bring down this extremely farmed anti-mage, and that is going to be a win in their book. So Faceless Void actually picking up an MKB. Interesting build. It does give you that mini bash damage proc. I mean, it's not a mini bash proc anymore. It's just like, I don't know, some sort of proc that gives you bonus damage. But T2 being pressured here, they know that there's no Chrono, so they might be able to take the fight here. But looks like Bedtime Samurais are going to play it safe and just back off, and looks like Nyx Assassin is going to make a move onto the Vengeful Spirit here, but the nice swap coming out, the duel being used onto the Wraith King. Wraith King is going to go down, and finally the first damage coming out for the Wraith King. Nice Winter's Curse coming out, OD taking a lot of damage, going to use the Hurricane Pike, but it's not going to be enough. Wraith King is going to go down, Legion Commander is going to finish him off, and it's going to be another 4-for-2 exchange. Anti-Mage had already go down, so it's a 3-for-2 exchange. The Wraith King and the Nyx Assassin go down, but more rewards going towards the Radiant team. So they are going to try to get their own objectives off this. This have a decent
Dire's
amount
middle
of
tower
outer
is
towers
under
to take.
attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Faces Void with the luck. It's getting some good chronos off, managing to bring down the AM and take a fight 5 versus 4, I believe. And should be able to the T1, T2 tower here, but looks like they want to
Dire's middle tower
back
is
off
under
maybe.
attack.
Looks like Master Madness is going mid and that's going to be a
Dire's
T2 going the
middle
way
tower
of
has fallen.
Tempest here. And once again, the net worth comes down to a 1k lead, interestingly enough. So how will Bedtime Samurais respond? Pretty difficult because they are focusing really well on which target they want to bring down. They are not threatened by any of the other heroes, just the anti-mage and the OD, managing to bring down the OD in fights just before pop his Sanity's Eclipse, because it does take away a decent amount of mana as well as do a lot of damage when you have the right items. Definitely going to help. So
Radiant's
OD,
middle tower is
same
under
items so
attack.
far, only just the Hurricane Pike and the Blink. Not sure what he wants to build into next, we'll have to wait and see. Once again, all the lane out. Looks like they're going to be able to catch out the Viper. Does this connect? But nice 3-man chrono here. They're going to get it out. Start right-clicking the OD here. Will OD go down? Viper strike coming out onto the Legion Commander. Legion Commander is going to go down, and Anti-Mage comes in and is going to bring down the Faces Void there. Anti-Mage is going to fight up, going to burn all the mana on the side of the Viper here. Winter's Curse coming out onto Vengeful Speed, but Anti-Mage doing a really good job of zoning out everyone else. Double kill for him. Red King is probably going to get out here. Looks like they catch out the Nyx Assassin as well. And looks like the Anti-Mage is on fire. Triple kill for him. Modi and Legion Commander do go down, but because the corner was committed for the Outworld Devour, the Anti-Mage has a free time to blink in, reveal his Basher and start taking everybody out. The Faces Void didn't see it coming. Quick mana void into the Manta split. Basically ensures the victory of that fight for him, and obviously Red King having a difficult time popping the reincarnation, but not being able to fight up against the Anti-Mage. So looks like their intention is to go high ground here. So the stun coming out onto the Anti-Mage from the Red King here, but Anti-Mage doesn't seem to care at all. More right clicks coming out from the Viper, and that will kind of dissuade him from hitting the tower anymore, and he's going to back off. So far the game seems to be pretty even. A really good Chronosphere coming out from the OD, from the Void, sorry. From the Void onto the OD, managing to catch the Legion Commander as well as the Vengeful. So that definitely helped them out. Did a decent amount of damage, managed to bring down the OD. Took some time, but end of the day, result was what mattered, and they did manage to get the OD, but they had to pay dearly with 3 lives. Anti-Mage getting the triple kill there, so he's going to get bigger and bigger, but at some point he is going to, how you could say, cap out, and then once that happens, it's going pretty much downhill unless he can keep replacing his items. And the good thing about Anti-Mage is once you do hit that critical capacity, you can always give up the boots and use your blink for mobility. Even if he does want to pick up a butterfly sometime in the future, you never know. Always gives you that bonus movement speed. So Viper pressuring this top T1 has picked up the Shadow Blade. Looks like he wants to go in for a BKB, has the Mithril Hammer as well as the Ogre Axe, and he's going to get a free tower here in the top lane. Viper immediately goes to bot lane, going to be the Nether Toxin to push out, and here comes the Chrono onto Anti-Mage here, not getting those bashes that he wants. Anti-Mage will probably survive this Chrono, gonna Abyssal the Void here, and it's going to be an easy kill with the Manta. Faces Void just being a bit unlucky there, not getting the bashes that he needed for that extra damage, along with the procs from that MKB. He seemed to have had it under control, but it didn't seem to work out too well. OD going to push out this mid lane, try his best to make sure the lanes are pushed in so they know if there is any sort of suspicious move coming out from the raid. Viper once again going to be the man to fix the lanes. Look at Talons, he has gone for the 100 extra attack range as well, so that's definitely going to help him. And Roshan has been taken by Bedtime Samurais, and it's going to go the way of the Anti-Mage, and now you have to bring him down twice. Going to make Tempest's life a bit of a living hell. Looks like there is an Astra coming out onto the OD, but a halberd is being used, so he can't right click at the moment. Duel coming out, blade mill both being popped. Nice Astra coming out from the OD there to make sure that the Red King does not win the duel, but end of the day the Legion Commander does manage to take it, and once again Red King is being controlled. Obviously the evasion coming out from the halberd is keeping him alive. Another mega kill going the way of the anti-mage here. Two buybacks almost immediately coming out from the Winter Wyvern, as well as the Nyx Assassin. Winter Wyvern dying before he had a chance to use that Winter's Curse, and obviously the anti-mage does have the Aegis of Immortality. They're going to use whatever spells they can cast from long range, but the anti-mage does not care. Going to go to work on these towers, and more attack speed coming in from press the attack, and he's going to blink out. They have anything to help him regen. Does not look like Time Samurai has anyone with an Urn of Shadows. The Tempest with those buybacks do manage to hold. The Aegis is on the anti-mage here. Looks like they are using press the attack to heal him up at the moment. Nice Winter's Curse coming out onto the OD. Will it be enough to bring him down? 3-man chrono, 4-man chrono coming out on the faces. Void is going to bring down, Vengeful Spirit going to bring down the Legion Commander as well as the anti-mage. Looks like the Aegis is going to be spent here, but will the anti-mage try to fight? He's going to Abyssal the Viper here, and once again jump onto the Void, who has the mana Void being used. Already going to go down somewhere else to the Nyx Assassin in the back lines, but now it's all the anti-mage show. Will he be able to do anything here? There are 4 heroes on the side of the Radiant team. Only the Void has gone down, but looks like anti-mage is going to power through, take down this 3-3 tower. Very messy fights coming out from the teams here. Anti-mage is going to try to blink out, going to take a few hits from the Red King here. He still has skills available. Like he's going to blink in onto the Jakiro here, but the anti-mage is going to blink in onto the Red King. Red King does not have any mana left. Looks like they're going to manage to finish off the Jakiro, and now it's anti-mage versus the 4 heroes, but looks like he is going to be able to successfully blink out. The BKB being used by the Viper as well. So Tempest do manage to hold the line with a really good fight here. Nyx Assassin just managing to find the OD. OD did manage to get swapped out, but still really good backstab, you could say, coming out from the Nyx Assassin, ensured that they got the kill on the Outworld Devourer, and once again the mana burn coming into play. Just going to do so much damage on the OD, and OD will always take a lot of damage, so he might want to kind of look into picking up maybe a BKB of his own sometime soon. That probably does like about 800 damage per mana burn, I believe. Not very good maths. Looks like he's going to go on to the Vengeful Spirit, going to cast some spells, but that's going to be it. Going to blink out, so he can't get swapped back into anyone else. So far, the game still seems a bit equal. It comes down to how well the chrono goes. They do manage to bring down, I mean, if they do catch the anti-mage, they can bring him down if they concentrate on him. Not really sure who they want to prioritize here, whether it's the anti-mage or the OD. Both of them seem to get a really good spot at the moment. Anyway, taking a look at net worth, we have anti-mage, followed by the Outworld Devourer, then followed by the Viper, and then the Faceless Void. Viper, even though he's having a pretty bad lane, did manage to catch up pretty well. And all things considered, he doesn't really have the best flash farming capability, but just by pushing out these lanes, he has managed to farm up, and he's proving to do a decent amount of impact, have a decent amount of impact onto this game. Astra coming out in the bot lane. They're going to try and take this C2 tower in the bot lane. How will the Radiant team respond is the question. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like a blink stun coming out onto the aim by the Red King, but the aim is going to blink out. Will they be able to catch him is the question. Looks like they do say everyone, they should probably know that something is up. OD going to get hit up by an Arctic Burn. Going to take a decent amount of damage, actually almost losing half of his health. So it looks like they're going to jump onto the Faceless Void, but immediate Cold Embrace into Glimmer Cape, but there is no more mana on the Faceless Void. Faceless Void is going to time walk into the Shrine here, but they're going to get the duel off onto the Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern will not be able to get that Winter's Curse off, and that is going to be the Legion Commander going down, getting bashed up like crazy. Meanwhile, in the back lines, the OD had used his BKB. Going to use Astral to buy him some time, but there is going to be a nice carapace coming out from the next assassin, and the OD is going to be go down for 9 seconds. Another blink in, and looks like even the Venture Spirit is going to go down. Anti-Mage is going to have to blink out because most of his team is pretty much dead. They are going to find the Jakiro as well, and Jakiro going to use Eels, and here in comes the Anti-Mage. The mana boy is going to bring down the Red King, but Red King does have that talent which allows him to respawn without having any mana, and he's going to get controlled up. And now it's Anti-Mage against the world. Anti-Mage going to work on the Red King. Red King is definitely not going to be able to bring down the Jakiro here. And that's a double kill going the way of the Anti-Mage. It's a 3-for-3 exchange. Only Viper and X-Assassin surviving on the side of the Radiant team. And Anti-Mage is still at large, at full HP with that Heart of Tarask. He is extremely farmed and he's carrying his team to victory. Seems like their greedy pick has paid off in the late stages of the game. How will they manage to hold down this tower? Will they be able to do it? Just the Nyx and the Viper. Looks like he's going to use that. Stun is going to come out, so he's not going to be able to get that Meteor Hammer down, but looks like the X-Assassin, he's going to go down before he can use that. Spike Carapace, Viper going to do a lot of damage onto the Anti-Mage here. Buyback immediately coming out from the Red King, so that should be enough to help, just make them get back. It's like Jakiro will be a casualty of war here. I don't see him getting out, and that is going to be Viper getting that kill. He is dominating, but they do have an Anti-Mage problem as of right now. They need to stop the Anti-Mage from kind of jumping the Faceless Void, using their Abyssal Blade, burning all his mana, so he's not able to use that Chronosphere. He did manage to bash up the Legion Commander and bring down his life, but will that be enough in the long run? We'll have to wait and see. Anti-Mage still freely running around, just doing Anti-Mage things, the things that annoy every single player if there is a really good Anti-Mage player. Taking a quick look at the items, the only person who's showing up in lane right now is the Red King. He has picked up that halberd. Looks like he is going in for maybe a Maelstrom or a Desolator or even a BKB. He has picked up that Mithril Hammer. Just making sure all these lanes are pushed out. Has hit level 3, so no against his Anti-Mage and OD combination, having no Reincarnation mana cost is definitely helped them quite a bit. Help the Red King for quite a bit, just because of the fact that will ensure that he can always reincarnate. So even the dueling him at this point is not really going to do much. As long as they keep getting the duels off on the Winter Wyvern, I think that will be really huge positive for the side of Bedtime Samurais. Just because that Winter's Curse as well as the Cold Embrace, a lot of damage mitigation is lost on them. Looks like OD is going to run in to the Viper here. They do have the dust available. Swap is not there, but another two-man chrono this time onto OD. BKB also being popped by the Void. Void is going to be easily able to bring down this OD. Going to bash up the Legion Commander, and Legion Commander also should probably go down here. He has another time walk available, but looks like he does not want to go onto the Legion Commander. Legion Commander going to manage to blink out, and now the Venture Spirit as well as the Outworld Devourer is going to fall, and what a nice chrono coming out from the Faceless Void once again, managing to bring down the OD, but once again looks like Assassin going for a backline play, trying to kill off this Legion Commander. Will he be able to win the duel in time? Yes, he does. He has 96 duel damage at the moment. Jakiro is there to kind of control the Faceless Void up, and that will be a little bit of an overextension coming out from the Assassin, but in the meantime, Anti-Mage doing Anti-Mage things, going to push out this top lane for them. Going to put a decent amount of damage onto the racks with these catapults, but it's going to regen up because it is the barracks. That is definitely going to help him. But this is the problem with having an Anti-Mage, dealing with an Anti-Mage, just because of the fact that the split push is so strong and you have to commit at least 2 heroes to kind of dissuade him from pushing into racks. We did see Bedtime Samurais trying to make an aggressive movement there, but the Chrono immediately shutting them down.
Illusion.
So Void, he has picked up that BKB as well as Mask of Madness, had the MKB as well. Has picked up a Sacred Relic, showed that up in the lane, in the mid lane right now. So not sure what he might want to go for. Probably something like a Nullifier, I guess. Or maybe we might even see a Divine Rapier, who knows. Anything can happen in these games.
Double damage.
We have passed the 40-minute mark as well. This is usually the time that we see a few Lunken throws here and there. But the game has been pretty much equal for the most part. With Bedtime Samurais obviously having a slight lead.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Viper is going to start pushing out this top lane. Looks like he has a BKB Shadow Blade as well as... Oh, Anti-Mage is going to jump in with a double damage rune as well as the Abyssal Blade, but not going to be able to burn too much mana that he can't Shadow Blade away, and looks like they did not have detection to deal with the Viper there.
Radiant's bottom shrine
Red King
is
just
under
going to
attack.
ensure that the Viper gets out.
Radiant's
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we have
has fallen.
Odie pushing out the lanes. He has picked up his BKB as well, trying his best to just survive during these fights, get his spells off, you know, Sanity's Eclipse and such. If he does manage to survive and gather a decent amount of intel and then unleash the wrath of the Sanity's Eclipse, he'll do a decent damage. Right now, it seems like the Radiant team is confined to their base, so it's hard to say what kind of movements they want to make. They'll probably want to wait for Chrono before they do anything. So far, none of the teams showing up. Commander gonna finally show in this top lane. He seems to have picked up a few additional items there to help him deal with most of these heroes that he wants to go on. And looks like the Radiant actually managed to steal the Aegis here and goes to the Viper. So very interesting, obviously. Void doesn't do too much after Chronosphere is over, but the right click damage is still good. Probably their best bet against that as well, but just gonna they have a plan in mind, so that's why I wanted to hand it over. Viper.
Double time!
Assassin going to push out this mid lane using that Meteor Hammer. Looks like Odie did manage to get that Astral. BKB going to be used by the Legion Commander, and Duel comes out, and that's a winner chicken dinner for him. Meanwhile, top lane Viper and Red King are going to start pushing out. Looks like they don't really have any new developments as such in terms of items. We do have a Demon Edge on the Viper. Not sure what he wants to go for. It could be an MKB, it could be Dateless, it could be whatever else you can make with like a Rapier. Let's wait and see. Still early in the game in terms of picking up Divine Rapiers, 44 minutes in. What kind of move will Bedtime Samurais try to make? There is no assassin for about 40 seconds it seems. Maybe they might be trying force a buyback. Not sure whether it does have it or not. Red King gonna right click one creep and gonna immediately blink back. I'm gonna have to play it a bit safe. Meanwhile, while all this happened, the anti-mage is also pressuring the top lane, so they do have to deal with lanes as of right now.
Under attack.
Looks like they're going to go for the shrines as well. Anti-Mage going to easily bring down the top shrine here on the Radiant side. Bounty runes are also available right now, and everyone seems pretty well. So looks like there's a little bit of aggressive talks coming on. Come is the call from Nyx Assassin. He's not happy sitting in base. He wants Bedtime Samurais to come into their base and fight them. That's how the attitude comes out, ladies and gentlemen. Really cool. Stun coming out onto the Legion Commander here. Stun follow-up coming out from the Nyx Assassin. This should be enough to help the Legion get out. And yes, he is going to safely manage to blink out. He still has a BKB. He's going to finally use it. Nice swap coming out from Venturous Bit. Going to give up his life. And now the Chrono only landing onto the Legion Commander. Legion Commander is going to be the only one who goes down. Master Madness, meanwhile, faces Void trying to go onto the OD here. But meanwhile, in the top lane, looks like the anti-mage is going to work here. And everyone on the side of Tempest is running there. Only the Venturous Bit and the Legion Commander going to go down. What a mana dodge coming out from the anti-mage there. Going to blink out with his illusions as well. Going to send them back to try and finish off this melee racks. But they are going to be able to defend it. So that will probably regen up to a decent amount if they manage to defend it. And rat problems. But anti-mage in the end did not manage to get the barracks. So that is definitely a positive for the side of Radiant. And it's going to be a huge win for them. Because the melee racks can regen up over time. Chrono being committed onto the Legion Commander there, probably thought he could get more. Legion Commander not... I mean, the duels are strong, but it depends on how he gets the target anyway. We'll wait and see. Winter Wyvern will be the key target for the Legion Commander duel anyway, but as you can see, just get out of position once. It'll give the Red King a decent chance to punish you with the stun as well as the Nyx follow-up as well. The Nyx has been playing really well throughout the game, putting a lot of pressure onto the OD, making sure he's in check. Mana burn obviously doing so much damage, but obviously not being able to control the anti-mage is really hurting the side of the Radiant team. Taking a look at the last hits also, anti-mage having 633 last hits, and the next closest is the Outworld Devourer with 305, so it's almost double. It is actually double in terms of yes. The anti-mage going to start pushing out all these lanes, going to start pushing out this top lane as well. Nyx is going to initiate. Here comes the Faceless Void, going to try and bash up the anti-mage, but anti-mage is going to turn around with the Manta as well as the Abyssal Blade, and now the Faceless Void forced to BKB. Looks like the anti-mage will be able to get out pretty safely. Chrono also was not committed there. Trying to kill the anti-mage without using too much, but not working in their favor. I mean, one more second late on that BKB, the Void probably would have gotten mana voided and taken down. Taking a quick look at talents, looks like OD has gone for 20 attack speed, 35 movement speed, 20 strength, as well as plus 60-second Arcane Orb intelligence steal, so that is a long duration to have intel stolen. Viper has picked up a Mjolnir as well as a Daedalus, seems to be pushing out this bot lane. You can't underestimate the late game Viper too much. He does do a decent amount of damage and quite a bit. This Assassin going to be able to escape with his life. Pretty close call for him, but makes it either way. Once again, anti-mage making sure all the lanes are pushed in, alternating between top as well as mid lane. Now looking at the racks, it has already reached to up to half health. That is definitely a positive for the side of Tempest here. What sort of movement will be from Bedtime Samurais? Not extremely sure. All three lanes now currently pushing into them. Faceless Void is going to deal with the one in the mid lane here. Looks like everyone else, OD and Co seem to be pushing down this bot lane. We see the OD as well as the Legion Commander trying to push out the lane. Trying to make that one range creep survive just so that they can maybe remove backdoor here. But the top lane is pushing in. Red King has picked up a Hyperstone. Not exactly sure what he wants to go for. Could be a shot, could be an Valkyras. Could be a Mjolnir as well. Not really sure what he wants to get. We'll have to wait and see what item he picks up. Has hit level 25. He has gone for that Reincarnation Wraith Fire Blast. Legion Commander hitting his level 25 as well, going for that amazing minus 10 seconds on press the attack, which means he pretty much almost always has it. Swap coming out onto the Nyx Assassin, getting caught out here. Here comes the duel as well as the Ice Path, and that is going to be another winner chicken dinner for me. The effect on his Legion Commander, sitting at 148 dual damage, and it's going to be a buyback coming out from Nyx almost immediately, knowing how important it is, how important this defense is going to be. Sun's coming out from the Nyx Assassin. This tower is extremely low. We see most of the skeletons from the Red King dealing with the top lane push as well. There is going to be 2 siege creeps coming in from this bottom lane, but they have a lot of ways to deal with the Viper with that additional attack range as well as another Toxin. Managing to clear out most of these creeps pretty easily. So far, the high ground defense coming out from Tempest seems to be very strong, so we might be in for the first long game of the day. Most of the games that we saw during the finals were about average 35 to 45 minutes, and this one is already at 51. Once again, Nyx is just gonna throw out those impales, try to delay the push as much as possible. Anti-mage nowhere to be seen for the moment. Like he is gonna show up in this top lane, has picked up a moonshot for himself as well, trying to sync up with his team so when they go into their base from the bot lane that he can take the top lane of Rax, and I do not think the Red King can kind of stop him either way. So far, Tempest blind to the solitude of their base.
My thanks. 'Tis mine. Double damage.
like once again, Bedtime Samurai is going to push out these lanes, make sure that basically make sure that Tempest don't have any room to kind of come out of the base and start, just pushing out the lanes, try to get a counter gank or even a gank of their own, basically try and get aggressive. Right now things are pretty slow. Just settled down in a bit, so both teams at this point have to be super careful. This is where you want to not spend too much of your gold and save those buybacks, but if they can manage to find even one pick off, I think that will definitely benefit Bedtime Samurais quite a lot.
Death and gold are linked.
Once again, very slow pokes and prods, overwhelming odds once again being used by Legion Commander here. He's playing it a little more safe this time, knowing that last time he was playing a bit forward and got to get caught up by the Wraith King as well as the Nyx Assassin. Wraith King going to start defending up this top lane, so it looks like he turned the Hyperstone into an Assault Cuirass. Is definitely going to help him out a decent amount during this, but obviously OD can steal enough intelligence. I don't think much. OD has thrown himself in the bot lane, has picked up this Blink Hurricane Pike with Lincoln Spear. He seems to be doing pretty well in terms of what items he's wanted to go for. Anti-Mage still parked in this top lane, keeping it out at all times. So it looks like the Chronosphere is going to be committed onto the OD in this bot lane, and it should be a pretty easy kill. Here comes the Meteor Hammer, but before it even lands, and that's going to be a kill going towards the Faceless Void, and that is going to be Chrono put on cooldown as well. Really good pick-off coming there for the side of the Radiant team. It's going to give them a little more space to farm up and try to get the items that they want to kind of deal with Anti-Mage and Co. Do have a decent opening here now that Faceless Void's Chronosphere is down and out. They have a decent timing for what they want to do next.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Immortality!
Like the third Roshan is going to go the way of Bedtime Samurais. Looks like Anti-Mage is going to pick up the Aegis of Immortality, making him extremely strong at the moment. Looks like he has kind of switched out his Battle Fury also for the Aegis. So smart choice at this point. I mean, it's enough. Going to be able to manage to burn some of the HP. Obviously, Anti-Mage still being a decent Aegis carrier, not the best, but he's okay, I guess. Depends on what they want to do with this. Do they want to farm for a few minutes and then take the high ground? Do they want to make sure all the lanes are pushed in before they go in the high ground? So many things to consider before they make their move, and we're only 55 minutes into the game. So I want to see how many last hits the Anti-Mage has. He currently has 840 last hits. That is a lot of last hits on the Anti-Mage, nearing that 1,000 mark. So far, the scoreboard tells an even story, but if you have been watching this game throughout, you know exactly who's in the lead for the moment. Assassin has been playing a very intricate role on picking off most of the heroes, just gathering the information that his team needs, catching out the OD as well, making sure that he isn't able to do too much. What will they do at this moment? Will the high ground defense prevail from Tempest here, or will brute force coming out from Anti-Mage be enough to finish them off here and now? We'll wait and see.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A lot of fidgeting at the moment. OD is going to start pushing in this wave. Nether Toxin
Dire's
immediately
top
dropped
tower
by
is
the
falling.
Viper, and AM is going to start walking in. Immediate Blink Hex onto the Viper here. Viper is going to get Colin Breaks, almost immediately going to die to the Sanity Eclipse, and suddenly double kill, including the Faceless Void. I'm not sure how he went down, but did not even get a chance to use the Chrono. Here comes the Winter's Curse onto the Legion Commander there, but Legion Commander already having used this Blink doesn't really get too much, and now Viper right-clicking like a truck onto the OD here. OD dropping down really fast. Now Anti-Mage fighting up against the Wraith King here, but immediately immediate press the attack is going to remove the stun coming out from the Red King. Cold Embrace comes, but the OD managed to clear out the Viper. It's going to be a dieback on him, and now the Red King is going to go down as well. He did not have Reincarnate available, and that's going to be the first set of racks to be taken by Bedtime Samurai. Is already working on the second pair. Another Halberd coming out this time from the Winter Wyvern. There's going to be a TP coming out from the Vengeful Spirit to try and defend against the Nyx Assassin, who has managed to take down this top set of racks, but Anti-Mage is going to be easily able to clear it off, and here comes the Nyx Assassin going to be able to bring down the OD. OD going to immediately buy back and try to boost the travel in. Most probably Anti-Mage is going to have to blink out. He still has the Ages of Immortality. Here comes the Red King, but he's going to get bashed up. Blink duel coming out from the Legion Commander here, but will it be enough to bring down this Red King? Red King actually life stealing through most of it. He's going to go down. He has the Reincarnation available, all three getting stunned from that. Will he be able to bring anyone down? Anti-Mage is going to get pressed the attack, going to immediately use Manta, and the Red King is going to go down, and that's going to be a dieback on the Red King. 125 seconds. I think this is it. This might be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Anti-Mage just seems to be a bit too strong. Buybacks are still available on the side of Bedtime Samurais. Looks like they're going to go for that, and more press the attack coming out on the Anti-Mage, and look at his attack speed with that Moonshot as well as the items that he has built, and now using it on himself. He's going to try their best. Looks like they're going to try. The Void is coming back in a few seconds here, but E-Blade being used by Nyx Assassin for some reason onto the OD and onto the Legion Commander. Legion Commander doesn't die because of it, and now BKB being used by the Faceless Void, but Faceless Void BKB only being a 5-second one, going to run out really fast. If just managed to survive that last hit there coming out from the OD. Does not have Chrono anymore. Will he be able to bring anyone down here? They do not know which one is the real Anti-Mage. They know the rest of the heroes are there. The Legion Commander also going to buy back, and Boots of Travel in, going to sell most of his items. Another Blink Hex coming in from the OD there. OD having 48 intel, and good game well played is called by Tempest, and your third place winners here at the SLT Lobby Championship going to be Noob Alliance Bedtime Samurais.
Esports SLT Jaya namin balagan ba Pagdibadi sama kekara kekara mana sebubutu kara ekatarang kekara Pura kami Jaya namanya Abimani Proud Bante SLT Abibeki Abinoga dina digital yuga Rada wate eka meka niem Esport hit eka happy la palamu kaur the champion SLT Esport champion Badaka ketaram awat eking eka jaga nawan yeta challenge eka Mulai aim sarasay game leka thadab no the veni SLT name eka Diwadin samagat karada kara mana sa pubudu kara eka da taranga kara Das kam den raude rada wate SLT Esport question, you know the rest.
Murakami, Diana,